Hey guys, and welcome to the Behind the Play podcast brought to you by 1IQ Sports. I'm Will, that's DJ, and it's almost opening day.
Yes.
Guess when this video goes up? It's Tuesday. We got a couple teams playing. I don't know if they're spring training games, but there's a couple teams playing some college games. I think the Dodgers and Angels have that highway series they do where they do a spring training-ish game at Dodger Stadium, then they do one at Angel Stadium. I think we're seeing that right now. And then opening day is Thursday. It's like right here. We survived the pain that is another off season. We went through a pretty easy spring. I'm not gonna lie.
Went by fast this year.
I think it went by fast because the Jays kept winning.
Yeah.
And there's always cool things that I like taking a look at. And now we're getting ready for a season of we don't know. It's the excitement of the unknown. We might be looking back at this at the end of the season and wanting to die because the season was shit. But who cares? Because when a season starts, everyone's 0-0, and there's no better time to predict anything. And that's what we're doing today. We are going through our MLB predictions. We are going to predict all 6 divisions. We're going to predict the division winners. All 12 playoff teams, the Rookie of the Year, the MVP, and the Cy Young, as well as going through the playoffs, and who we have winning the World Series. DJ,
Yes.
how excited are you?
I'm pumped, man. Just doing the research for this. There's so many good teams, and I'm ready for baseball to be back. It's something I've missed in my life for the last few months, and I'm so fucking ready for this season to pop off. There's so many question marks that we get answered starting in 2 days. Well, as of the making of this video when it comes out.
On Thursday, the stats matter. The games matter. It's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, do we want to start it off in the AL East and work our way down to the NL West, or how do we want to do this?
Yeah, I did AL East first, but I have all of them, so whatever you want to do.
Let's do AL East, 5th place team. I went with the Rays.
Me too.
Sick. Also, we're not throwing records up because it really just doesn't matter. 4th place, I went with the Orioles.
Oh, that's where we swapped. I have the Yankees. It was hard. But
I'm just continuing my Orioles hate train.
Yeah, Yankees dealing with a lot of injuries right now. So
I assume Cole's Tommy John went into that, and I think
Stanton.
Who else? They just they lost someone else. I don't remember who it was.
Yes,
another arm. Was it Will Warren? No. I don't know. I just know they lost another arm, and it led to them signing Yarbrough. But I keep the Orioles hate train going. Gunner's starting the year on the IL. I hate their rotation. I've said it a number of times. I hate the rotation. I don't think they did enough. They signed Cal Gibson. The average age of that rotation is 145 years old. It is insane. They have fossils on the mound. It's not even unk status. It's great grandpa style now. That's where it is.
Yeah.
So I continue my Orioles hate train. I want to see them suck because they didn't spend on the rotation.
Hey, I respect it.
3rd place and claiming the 5th seed in the playoffs for me, I have the New York Yankees. I think Max Fried is able to ball out. I think Carlos Rodon is able to lead the way. I like Clark Schmidt. Luis Gil was the other one that went out. I think Stroman's still got a dog in him besides what people not liking him. Judge is Judge. He's going to be in the MVP conversations. I think Jason Dominguez could be a good bat. Spencer Jones, if he's up, could be sick. I guess not Glaber. Chisholm's awesome. Cody Bellinger looked good. He'll benefit from the short porch. I just think the Yankee devil magic kind of just puts them in the playoffs for me. So 5th seed.
Yeah, one team had to miss in the AL East for me, and it was the Yankees, unfortunately. Having Soto, you've seen Soto carry late into the season, so he's not there anymore. So even if they make the playoffs, I don't see them going far. My next team up and the last team making the playoffs are the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
I'm optimistic about our team, right? But we got too many question marks for me to go too high. I'm biased in the sense that I have them making the playoffs, but I just like there's too much that could go wrong for me to put them any higher. Um, with Boston and Baltimore, to be honest. So I just think we're the third best team, but we will sneak into the playoffs.
I went biased because let's have fun. In second place, I have the Blue Jays and the fourth seed in the playoffs, which leaves Boston as my division winner and the best team in the American League East. I mean, we've talked about the Blue Jays additions. I think Santander into that lineup sick. I think Bo bounces back. I love that Alan Roden makes that team. Wagner, Ernie Clement sick. Honestly, Jimenez was like such a nice shock. Vladdy's gonna be an MVP hopefully. So I like that. I think the rotation is nails. The bullpen is gonna be
Opens
fucking
way better. Yeah.
awesome. You have Hoffman locking games down. And then, I mean, you look at Boston, they got Bregman. Story's going to be there, hopefully healthy all year. Rafi Devers is just that guy. Tristan Cassis, I like him. Add Crochet into that rotation with Walker
O'Shea, yeah.
Bueller. That's nails. You already have
Yeah.
Tanner Houck in there. Brian Bayo, although I think he might be on the IL to start the year. There's guys. Lucas Giolito's on that team, in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Liam Hendricks and Aroldis Chapman is kind of fun for some reason to close out the games. I like that. So yeah, that's why I think Boston is
Yeah.
the best team. I think they
No,
have the
I
best
agree.
roster.
I think Boston does too, and that's why I put them number one. I think they're the almost clear favorite for the East coming in. They did the most in the offseason, and top to bottom, they just have a squad. Their biggest issue coming into like this season was their starting pitching. I feel like was a big, if, but they went out and got some dudes. So I agree. I think they're gonna finish first.
So you have Boston as the number one American League seed then too.
Yes, sir.
What seed do you have? Baltimore, fourth seed,
Yeah,
like top wild card.
Baltimore. Yeah.
Going to the AL Central in last place, to no one's surprise, is the Chicago White Sox. I feel like that's. I feel like if we
Sorry, I think I
disagree
did
on this,
Baltimore. Okay, never mind. Hold on. You can go ahead. I
I
was
would
gonna
say,
say something, but we're good.
oh, you want? I mean, if you want to add about Baltimore, we can.
No, we're good. We're good. We're
Okay.
good.
I just said in the AL Central, I think this is unanimous. If we disagree, there's going to be a huge conversation. White
Mhm.
Sox are the worst team in that league or in the division
Yeah,
in the
I
league,
mean it's not
just
close,
in
but they
history.
will be better. They will
Yeah,
be
they might
better.
win 10 extra games, which puts them at 54.
Yeah.
Like they are still a 100 loss team.
Yes, they're god awful still.
They've also had six pitchers, sorry, go under the knife for Tommy John in spring training. 6 players in a month.
That's crazy.
Next up,
That is.
in fourth place. Sorry, if you wanted to add.
This probably was the hardest division for me. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, top to bottom,
I
because
I genuinely think my 1 through 4 could mash up in any way possible.
me too. Yeah.
Um, Ultimately, the way I landed on it was I have the Detroit Gritty Tigers in fourth place.
Oh, really?
I don't think enough was done to get them into consistency. I like the addition of Jack Flaherty. I don't like the rotation enough yet. Like I like Jackson Job's going to be in there. I think that's sick. Tariq Skubal is going to probably win the Cy Young, barring an injury. Um, Flaherty's nails when he wants to be. But then you look at the lineup, and it's like Riley Green's a dog. Kerry Carpenter looked all right in the play, or pretty sick in the playoffs, but all right throughout the year.
Mhm.
Gleyber Torres, Javi Baez, Spencer Torkelson. I don't know. There's too many holes in this team. If they wanted to go on a gritty run, I don't know if there's an opening as much as there was last year for them. So I have them in fourth.
I think they were fun last year, so I think they're going to carry that energy over into this season. But I'll talk about that shortly. I mean, the Twins are my fourth place team only because their roster scares me in terms of injuries. and that's kind of what I went off of. Past years, we've seen it. I mean, their top guys need to be healthy for them to be good, and they just haven't been. So that's kind of just where I'm at in terms of the Twins being in fourth. But they could easily, I mean, win the division, in my opinion.
I have the Twins in third, sort of
Mm,
for the same reasons. I
right.
just think if they can be healthy
Correa.
for even half the season, like if they can
Yeah.
get Buxton, Correa, and Royce Lewis playing 81 games each, I
I
think
don't know.
that puts them in a spot higher than the Tigers. I
Mhm.
like Pablo Lopez in that rotation. Like I think Buxton's a dog. I think we see a better Correa this year. I mean I know Royce Lewis is hurt, but I think they'll get probably 80 to 90 games out of him this year. Um, Duran is nasty. I don't know.
He is.
I think the Twins underperformed last year, and I think we're gonna see a bounce back year. With that being said, I don't think the Twins make the playoffs. I just think they have a mediocre average year, which is a bounce back from last year.
I think my third place team is going to step down, the Guardians. I just like, I don't know. Something about them, watching them in the postseason, they seem like way better in the regular season usually, but I don't know. Something's just off. They didn't really do much this offseason, to be honest. And they're one of those teams that I could see like finishing higher, but it's just like I think there's two better teams in this division that are young and talented and could easily finish above them. I don't really have a main reason for them being in the middle of this division. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't
In
think they're the best team.
in second and the sixth seed, the final seed, I have the Royals. I think Bobby Witt Jr. is a dog.
Hmm.
I love Vinny P. Um, the rotation took a hit. The offense is theoretically better, but they don't have Brady Singer. So it's kind of
Hmm.
the Cole Reagan show. I think Lugo's in there. Michael Walker might be there. I'm not too sure. But like
Reagan's gonna have a good year.
the rotation is just kind of an issue. I just think their offense is going to be a lot better than people are going to expect. I don't even know. I don't think that's like a
Mm,
fair way to say it. Like I think people can expect them to be a top offense. I just think we're going to
right.
see like if we see a healthy Vinny P, you have Bobby Witt going all year at an MVP level. You've
Mm.
basically added an extra player when you put in Vinny P into that lineup. So
And
I don't know.
I mean, I think they could do stuff at the deadline too.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they will be one of those teams that acquires some pitching
I do like the
to level up.
Jonathan India addition too. By the way, it's a great trade.
Yeah, it is. I think he's gonna be way better on the Royals, to be honest. I think he fits very well on the roster. I have the Tigers in second. I just they got the best pitcher in the American League, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And that lineup is like you already mentioned it. You already talked about it. Dude, I feel like there's some guys that have an upside that could push them deep into the playoffs, in my opinion. I was very impressed at how they played last season. It's not that much of a different team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I enjoyed watching them. And I don't know if it was just momentum, but I would like to see them make the playoffs.
I think
And that's why I have them making the playoffs.
if they had signed Bregman or got another big bat, I'd probably would have
Mm,
had them in the playoffs.
yeah,
It's just the fact that I think the field got better and the
right.
Tigers kind of stood there. You know, like I feel like their
Yeah,
big target was Bregman. They swung and missed,
yeah.
and I feel like there wasn't really a backup plan. So that's my only reason I think down in the Tigers. Um, yeah. In
I've
first, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I have Bobby Witt carrying the Royals to the top of the division, to be honest.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I have the Guardians. I just think they're the best team in that division still, most complete. I think they sit at the second seed. That rotation is nails.
Yeah, their
Shane
pitching
Bieber's
is
going to be
nasty.
back for the year, I assume. McKenzie's like the rotation's so good. Tristan McKenzie's starting in the bullpen, I think. Tanner Bibe. Who else? Logan Allen, I think. There's a lot of guys in there. They're just nails. They had the best overall rotation, I think, heading into the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
I like the full year of Lane Thomas. I think that's going to be good. I like
Best closer in the league.
Emmanuel Clase. Jose Ramirez is nuts at third. I don't remember who they got at first base right now because there's so
I'm
many
trying to
shuffling
remember.
pieces. Bo Naylor's a sick catcher. Nolan Jones, I'm still so high on. I know people aren't after a bad year and like an injury or injuries in 22, I think. I think Nolan Jones can bounce back. I'm really, really impressed with that. I do think, though, they're going to miss the defense at second base with Jimenez gone. But, like, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I just think the Guardians, they kind of always do it when you don't expect them to do it, so maybe they won't. But I just think I like the rotation. I like the bullpen. Pitching-wise, they're the most complete team, I would say. They get another bat. They're probably
their
tops.
offense scares me. Like there's a lot of holes. I couldn't tell you their lineup like 1 through 7, 1 through 9. Like I couldn't.
No, same. With that being
So
said, I do have the Guardians as the number 2 seed. So
okay, that was the hardest division. The closest one where you could toss up the top 4 teams,
do you
and I
have
wouldn't be shocked.
the Royals in the playoffs? Eh? Well, obviously they won the division, but
They won the
what seed?
division,
Do you have
and then
them
I have
2
the
or
top.
seed 2, 3, 2 or 3?
I have them. I think I had them 3.
3. Who was second? You had the Tigers second. Did the Tigers make the
No,
playoffs?
no. Sorry. The Royals would be second, I think, second. The Royals would be second, and then the Tigers would be, what number would that be?
The 5th seed.
It would be the number 1 wild card spot, whatever spot that is.
So the 4th seed.
Yeah. Top wild card spot.
Okay. Then to
Sorry,
the
this
AL West.
system's confusing as fuck. I didn't number these.
Oh, you got to number the teams, man.
Well, next time.
In the AL West, I have the Angels in 5th. Worst team. Not close.
Not close.
I don't want to talk about them because they make me sad. Low key.
Hey, wait, we get a redemption arc for Mike Trout this year, though.
Yeah, Trout's
Hopefully
been
he
right.
stays out.
Jorge Soler is out there, I guess.
Kikuchi.
Kikuchi's there. Anthony Rendon might play 15 games for them this year, and that's going to be a win.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. They're in LA. They once had Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we're going to have the same bottom 2 teams, I think, right?
Yeah, I got the A's next. I still think the A's win probably around 80 games, though.
Yeah, they're going to improve.
I like the addition of Severino. They kept around guys like Lawrence Butler. I mean, Lawrence Butler was under contract for a bit anyways. Brent Rooker's sticking there. They're starting to build something, which I like. The Severino signing was shocking to me. And then they like kind of promptly did nothing else really like of notice, which I thought was so hilarious. They're like, hey, Severino, come ace it for us. That's it, though.
They paid him a lot of money,
Paid him,
too.
was it $67.3 million over 3?
That is crazy. They obviously see something nobody else does. And it's going to be interesting to see in that ballpark.
Yeah.
So, it's a test. They're testing out the waters. I agree. I think they finished 3rd, but they will improve.
4th.
Or, yeah, I'm dyslexic.
I can guarantee you we do not have the same top 3.
Really?
I can guarantee it with all my heart. We do not have the same top 3, and I can guarantee you we don't have the same division winner, so it's going to be fun here. In 3rd place, I have the Astros.
I have the Astros as well.
Oh. I think losing Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman hurts.
Yes.
Not sold on the rotation. right now. It's like Framber Valdez, Ronel Blanco, and then you're like Hunter Brown's hopefully in there.
Yeah.
Maybe Christian Javier's in there, hopefully being something. I just think there's too many question marks in this team. I like Isaac Paredes. I think he's going to be a dog there, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough. I think they got worse.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. I feel like it's finally time for them to miss the playoffs, and this is going to be the year that they do. They will still be competitive. I mean, they're not a bad team. They can easily
85
make the
wins
run.
is kind of where I
Yeah,
pegged them.
they could easily jump in slightly like they always do. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe grab the last seed, but I agree. I think they're just out.
Okay. Well, then I didn't expect that. Second place, I have Texas.
Okay. I don't.
Okay, I was saying, oh my god, I was gonna be shocked if we had the exact same lineup there.
No, I don't. I think Texas. Oh, sorry. No, Texas is number one for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
You.
I don't. I'm not sold on the pitching. I think the offense is gonna rock. Langford, Jock, Simeon and Seager, Jace Young.
Mhm.
Who's at first? Who's at first? Nathaniel Lowe's at first.
Yeah,
Jonah
dog.
Heim is a dog. Um,
Dog.
the outfield, like I mean, Adolis Garcia is gonna be sick. Um, it's just then I look at the rotation and it's like Jacob DeGrom, who is like given them 7 innings since he signed. Um,
Yes.
Nathan Eovaldi, I think,
Yeah.
and then that's kind of it. Like I'm like, there's obviously other guys, but it's like guys coming off injury, like Tyler Molly's in there. Um, I think Martin Perez is still there, which is weird to me. It's just
Listen, I think it's the same thing as with me and my decision with injuries. If they stay healthy, I think they could bounce back and be the team they were, what, 2 years ago? I
yeah.
mean, they were so good. It's just keeping DeGrom healthy is number one. I mean, but that's so difficult. But I just wanted to live a little. I don't like the Mariners too, and that's another reason why I didn't want a boring ass team in first place, winning the division. It's
Yeah.
kind of just
I threw the Mariners in there because I think this is the year. I think it's the year. They have, and it's not even up for debate, the most underrated rotation in baseball. They argue with Cleveland every day for the best rotation in the American League. It goes back and forth. You got Logan Gilbert, Brian Rue,
dog,
Brian Wu,
dog.
sorry, like dog. Bryce Miller, dog. I'm blanking because I didn't prepare the names, but I remember last year they had the best rotation. I'm gonna look the names up. I think Julio steps in huge this year. I think
Yeah,
we
he had a
see
down year.
rookie of the year Julio come back where he's popping out 44 home runs. I Randy Arena's on that team. I think they like bounce back. JP Crawford's a dog. I love him. Luis Castillo in the rotation. Will forgot about him. He's an idiot. I think this is the year. They need a little bit more to Jorge Polanco. But I mean, some of the guys, Emerson Hancock's in that rotation too. And then you like Andres Munoz is closing out games for them. Trent Thornton's there. Cal Raleigh's still a dog with the bat. Call him Big Thumper behind the plate, but he's Big Thumper at the plate. And then after that, I mean, Dylan Moore's all right. Again, I said they needed more out of Polanco. Arena's sick. Julio's sick. Mitch Garver's still pretty sick. Victor Robles had a really good end of the year with Seattle. I just think, I think it's the year. It's the year of the Mariners. They're gonna make some noise. They come in as the 3 seeds, so they have to play in the wild card round.
Hey, I respect it. I mean, they just had such a bad offensive year, and it seems like it happens every year. Something about that ballpark just doesn't
The
sit well.
Pacific East Coast or the Pacific West Coast, sorry, just
Yeah.
keeps the ball in, man. But
Yeah.
I,
So I and a lot of guys on that team need the ball to get out, and they just like Randy Randy, you're telling me he's gonna bounce back? Oh, maybe I can see it, but I have them finishing in second, so and missing the playoffs.
So you have in the
My
American League
wildcard
side.
teams,
Let's go through the American League playoff teams. I got
yes,
Boston,
yes,
Toronto, New York, Cleveland, Kansas City, Seattle.
okay. So my would be Boston. Uh, do you want them in order?
No, I just per division.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Boston, Baltimore, Toronto, and then the Royals, the Tigers, and Texas.
Okay. Let's go to the National League side.
All right.
Starting off in last place, I don't think this one's up for debate, but it could be.
Mm, mm.
I got the Miami Marlins. I think they're far and clear the
Yeah,
worst team in the division.
me too. No, I
Sweet.
don't think it's
I
close.
don't have anything to add because I don't think they did anything. All they did was trade Jesus Luzardo. Like, I don't even think they signed anyone. So Marlins last. In fourth, I have the Nationals. I think they're going to be fun though, man. Like I think they're going to be one of the most fun teams to watch. C.J. Abrams,
CJ,
James Wood,
yeah.
Mackenzie Gore. They signed a bat. I don't remember who the bat was that they signed, but they grabbed a bat. The Nationals are going to be fun. Not playoff fun, but like a really fun 75 win team. Like the Reds were when Ellie was coming up and like Benson was there like in 23.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to see with the Nationals.
They got a lot of rookies coming up this year, so they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. And new baseball is always fun.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be bad, but they won't be like terrible.
Unbearable to watch, bad.
Like watch out on the schedule. Don't sleep on them because
Yeah.
they can beat any team. Kind of thing.
So yeah, you obviously have the Nationals fourth.
Yes.
In third place, I stand firm on this decision is the Mets. Still the third best
Same.
team in the division. Clay
Same.
Holmes is the opening day starter. He was the setup guy last year for the Yankees. For the what? They signed Manaea. He got hurt. They signed Montas. He got hurt. They don't have anyone else in that rotation, man. They need to go trade for Jordan Montgomery before the season starts. Mets,
I mean, their lineup's
third
really
place.
good.
Soto's sick. Alonso's sick. Lindor's sick.
Yeah.
Vientos is sick.
Just
6
pitching
seed team.
is weird. Yeah.
So yeah, I have them coming in as the final wild card team.
Me too.
Sweet. Second place, I have the Phillies and as the top wild card seed. I just think, like, I like them. Losing Hoffman's gonna suck for them at the back end of those games. But Harper's a dog, Schwarber's a dog, Castellanos, Turner, Real Muto, Bohm, Stott, dogs. Dogs. And then you got Wheeler and Nola. They're a sick one too. Ranger Suarez is sick. Jesus Luzardo, who knows? And then like after that, I'm not too sure who's working it in there as the fifth guy. I don't know if it's Walker or if it's someone else. I like them. I think they're going to win upwards of 95 games, but I think they come in second.
This is the one I switched because these two teams are going to be neck and neck. I feel like either one of these teams can win. It was just hard to put the Phillies second for me because they were so good last year during the regular season. And I think, like all the names you already put out there, this team is stacked top to bottom. They got Romano now closing out. They answered a lot of questions in the offseason, but they also were like clear favorites to win last year, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to put the Braves above them. That's why I have the Braves coming in second place. But easily, the Braves stay healthy. They could easily be a 95-win team for me, in my opinion.
So in first place in the NL East and the number 2 seed, I have the Atlanta Braves, obviously. I think a
Yeah.
full year of Acuna is sick. Matt Olson, um, Sean Murphy, Austin Riley, Orlando Arcia, Ozzy Albies, Michael Harris, the third, nails in the lineup. Then you
Names,
look
yes.
in, I'm going to butcher his name, Spencer Schwellenbach, the rookie. I like him. Chris Sale coming off a Cy Young. He's a dog. Spencer
Yeah.
Strider. They did lose Max Fried, and they didn't really recoup it from what I remember of my brief rejog of the offseason. I don't think they brought anyone in, but they also got like half the team coming off of injuries. I think, I don't know. I don't ever like betting against the Braves. This
Yeah.
team could easily win upwards of, like, they could be an over 100 win team. You got a couple guys at the deadline. Watch out. I think Atlanta's going to be dirty this year. Dirty in a nice
I
way.
agree. I agree. I think they could not even gonna spoil that. But Acuna, stay healthy, buddy. Acuna is just a game changer for me. The NL is so stacked, though. It's like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it is. It's so top heavy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have Phillies in first and taking the second seed, I assume.
Second seed, yes. And I will fix what I said. I do not have the Mets in sixth. They have the fifth spot.
Okay.
So the second wild card.
In last place in the NL Central, I think this division, for the most parts, could flip-flop in any way. But in fifth place, I have the Cardinals. Still the worst team in that division. They didn't do anything. I don't think they.
See,
I genuinely don't think they spent a single major league dollar. They didn't
this
trade
was
Nolan Arenado.
no. I think okay. This was a coin flip for me for the bottom for the first time. And to be honest, I have the same thing to say about the Pirates. They did absolutely nothing for this franchise in the offseason, doing no favors to
Hey,
having one of the
don't
best
diss Spencer
pitchers.
Horwitz, man.
Spencer Horwitz was literally their only move. And like, I don't know, when you have someone young and talented like Paul Skeens, who's going to take all the eyes for that team, they really did nothing around him. And I don't think they're going to be good only when he starts. So I have them flip flopped. Pirates last, Cardinals second, last.
I have that flip-flop from you. I have the Pirates in fourth. I think the Pirates are the team that can make the most jump in this division, if I really want to throw it out there. Paul Skeens is a dog. Mitch
Oh,
Keller
yeah.
is a dog. Jared
Yes.
Jones is still a dog. If they get Bubba Chandler up this year, whew, nasty rotation. It's the offense, man. Like, Henry Davis is
Yeah.
there. If Cabrine Hayes could figure it out, that would be pretty sick. Like, even league average, man. Like, just do something.
Yeah.
O'Neal Cruz is a beast, man.
But he's still figuring it out.
Yeah, they
He's
got
still
Tommy
figuring it
Pham,
out.
who's pretty good. Andrew McCutcheon's still there.
Ned
Um,
should retire soon.
if Horwitz returns soon-ish, like I'm saying, like May or June, that's a pretty good leadoff guy. IKF's there. It's just they have a lot of
Mid.
5 through 7 hole hitters and not a lot of 1 through 4 hitters. So that's why
Yeah.
they could be carried off the back of like 4 aces, and they could
Yeah.
ride their way into like second or third, or they could just not score any runs and lose a whole
Yeah.
bunch of 2-1 games and just be blown out of the water.
That's what I'm thinking. A lot of 2-1.
Very
Like
disappointing offseason.
they don't have a guy on the offense that's just gonna go get you the runs. I mean, I don't see a 30 home run hitter in this lineup. I don't see someone that can drive in 100 runs. It's so bland. And obviously, they're still rebuilding. So it's not
Yeah.
like a terrible thing, but I thought they would do a little bit of something for that offense. So right now, they are last.
In third place for me, I got the Milwaukee Brewers. They don't have a closer.
Okay.
That's about it. I don't know. That was kind of my only thing. Like, they lost Devin Williams. Like, Freddie Peralta's there. But it's just
Yeah.
like, I think it's about time. Let's have someone else have some fun in the NL Central. Willie Adames isn't there.
Yeah, that's a big
That was
hit.
the other one. Like, Yelich is sick, but I don't know if he can carry the offense like he was once able to. So, yeah, I don't know. I think they overperformed a whole bunch last year, and I think they're going to come a bit more back down to earth.
I think I have them, and they're in second for me, but I won't rush into that. I have the Reds in third. For the Brewers, what I was thinking is like they're always a team that finds a way to win tight games. They still got some pretty decent pitching. I don't know. They just feel like one of those weird teams that didn't really do much. They definitely lost more than they gained over the offseason. So I don't have them making the playoffs. I just don't see the Reds doing much of anything on the back of De La Cruz, obviously. But I just don't know if they're quite there yet, the Reds. Like, they kind of scream 500 to me.
Okay.
Um, Coming into the season, I mean, I would like to hear what you think, because you obviously have them finishing in second.
Do I?
No way you have them winning the
No, I don't
division.
have them in first place.
Uh,
I have the Reds in second, obviously. Hunter Green, Brady Singer. That's a
Dogs.
sick 1-2. Andrew Abbott's going to be in there. I like the back end. I mean, Nick Lodolo is going to be in there too, but like Scott Barlow, Alexis Diaz, that's sick. I don't know if Nick Martinez is going to start. I'd like to think he wouldn't. I don't know. I just think the rotation was like a huge issue for them last year. I think it was one of the things like we called, like, you got to do something. They did something. They got better pitching wise, I will say. I like the offense of Ellie De La Cruz, Will Benson, Christian Encarnacion Strand. Who else they got in there? They grabbed someone else. There's someone else in that offense that I'm just like fully forgetting. They're just young, fun, and I just think that they take a huge step this year. And
Spencer Steer's pretty good.
Second, Spencer Steer is sick.
Yeah,
that's who I was thinking
him.
about too. But I don't have them making the playoffs, but like I think they're the Tigers of this year, where they're gonna make some noise, but they may not make it, just because of.
But in a couple of years,
yeah,
they have a good core. Like, they have structure to their franchise now, which is nice. Ellie's gonna get paid. He's gonna be the face of that franchise. At least he should be for the rest of time. But yeah, no, that was a pretty easy decision. Do you want to say who
we have the same
final
winner.
team is?
Yeah, I got the Cubs. Not out of like I think they're the best team. I don't want or like think the Cubs will win the division just because I don't know. I still don't like them I don't like the roster.
It's just a easy
there's
division.
So many holes. Literally, the Brewers could win this division again. I just think the Cubs on paper, theoretically, are the best team there. They got better. They are a better team than they were last year. Ryan Presley's going to close out games. That's sick. Kyle Tucker is going to be way better than Cody Bellinger was for them. I mean, you'll go into the rotation. Shota Imanaga's sick. Justin Steele's sick. And then they didn't spend money again. The Cubs brag about, we're such a historic franchise. We have money. We have a rich owner. And they don't fucking spend it. They just sit there and they're like, I don't really like that the Mets can spend that money. Do the same thing. Go spend money. The Cubs went from being one of the powerhouse teams being like, well, you see, the Tampa Bay Rays really got it right. And that's what they do now. Dansby Swanson's sick. I like him. They spent on him, as they should have. But, like, dude, they could have gone out and got another arm. You're telling me they couldn't have swung a Garrett Crochet trade or splashed on a Corbin Burns?
Yeah.
Like, that should have been easy walk-ups for them. Again, they're just the best way I put it is they're the best of the rest. Like in
Yeah.
any other division, the Cubs don't sniff above third place and don't make the playoffs most likely. They're in the worst division in baseball.
They got Nate Pearson though. That's pretty cool, and Justin Turner. So
Yeah,
that
Justin Turner's their starting third baseman, bro. Look at how that
that's
turned out for
gross.
Toronto last year.
Yeah, that's gross.
I don't know. Like, there's some pieces. Nico Horner's sick. I do like him.
Yes.
Matt Shaw's gonna be fun. Like, I think the ceiling's there. The floor is, you know.
Jameson Tyone.
Yeah, I
He's
don't know.
pretty alright. I
I'm
mean,
just kind of off of the Tyone train. By now. But yeah, Cubs in as the 3 seed.
me too.
Yeah.
Just
And then
out of like force, like
yeah,
you have no choice.
I don't think any team in that division should win the division and can win the division with ease.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, no kidding.
it's not great. NL West. Rockies in last place. I don't want to say anything about them.
Yeah.
They suck. They traded Nolan Jones so Zach Veen could play every day just to not put Zach Veen on the opening day roster. For that reason alone, I hope they don't win a baseball game this year.
They are. I don't know what the fuck the franchise is doing. Clearly nothing of
They
any
are a
substance.
mess in all capital letters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
No, I agree. Obviously, if you didn't have the Rockies last, I don't know what you're doing.
in fourth place, I think is going to shock you. But I have great reasonings for it. The San Diego
Okay.
Padres finished fourth in the NL West. I think Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado are nails.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson
Nails.
Merrill rocks. They lost Jurickson Profar. They didn't get a starter. They were supposed to be in on Roki Sasaki. They didn't get him. They were supposed to be on Corbin Burns, I think, or Max Fried to get another starter. They didn't get him. Dylan Cease is a dog. Michael King's a dog. Yu
Yes.
Darvish is awesome.
Nick Pavetta is pretty good.
I guess they did get Pivetta. I don't know. He's like a 4 ERA guy for them. And then you look, and like they lost Tanner Scott, who was a huge part of that back end. They didn't do much.
They lost more than they got.
Yeah, I think they signed. What outfielder they signed? They platooned like 4 outfielders into 2 spots, and they're like for $2 million. And it's
They
just
have Jason Hayward.
yeah,
Jackson Merrill's a dog though.
it's just I don't know. I think there's a lot of weight and pressure on Tatis and Machado to carry this team with Jackson Merrill now. That I don't know if they do it. It seems like they're gonna probably trade one of Luis Arias or Dylan Cease at the deadline, anyways. Is just kind of the way it's going with money wise. Like it doesn't sound like they're gonna be able to keep Dylan Cease around once he hits free agency.
Right.
So it's just kind of like for a team that like was hitting their window and like they were supposed to be great things. They're spending all this money. They're penny pinching now, man. It sucks. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll just go in order and tell you where I put them and just one above where you put them. I think they're still good enough to win games. Like they got some dogs on that team. You don't even have to say who it is. We know who that team is. They just lost too much to make the playoffs for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they made some miracle run, but they would have to make some trades at the deadline. I really do like the rotation, to be honest. And I think Michael King and like is a good starter. And I don't know. I just feel like they can win, but they'll be I have them like just on the outside. Like Dylan Cease is a dog. Fernando's a dog. Machado's a dog. I don't know. But I don't have them doing good. But my next team up is the Giants.
You have
I don't
them
know.
in fourth or third?
Yeah, fourth.
Okay.
Fourth. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like who'd they get like Burns this offseason?
Who, the Giants?
Or who did the Giants get?
Giants got Verlander back, or they signed Verlander. They signed Willie Adames.
Yeah, I mean, that's not much.
See, I have the Giants in third because I think that rotation is kind of good. I like Logan Webb's
Logan
sick.
Webb's a dog.
Jordan
Robbie
Hicks is
Ray.
pretty sick for them. Robbie Ray's coming back. Justin Verlander's there. I like that 1 through 4. I like the Willie Adames edition. I think Matt Chapman's pretty sick there. Like, he actually hits the baseball, which is kind of shocking.
Yeah.
Um, it's just like,
I
I don't
don't
know. I just think they're a grindy team, and that's what I kind
yeah.
of like about them. Like, there's no,
No one pops off the sheet, kind
like,
of.
Yastrzemski and Jung Hoo Lee are pretty sick, but it's like, they aren't like game changing sick. Jung Hoo
Right.
Lee is pretty sick. Almost game changing sick. It's just, I think they're the working class team, if that makes sense.
No, I
They
agree.
grind their ass off to finish middle of the pack, and that's kind of where I have them slotted in at third.
I think with the Giants, the problem is that rotation only because, you know, you have Robbie Ray who's had injuries and has been super inconsistent at points of his career. Obviously, there's an upside there, but same with Verlander. You don't know how much you're going to get out of Verlander. So you lose those two guys, let's say hypothetically, or they're just not where they need to be because they are getting up there in age, both of them. And then you're looking at a mid-tier, like at best, rotation that is depending on Jordan Hicks, who I don't even know if I believe in as a starter yet, to be
He was
honest.
pretty sick last year as a starter. I'm
He
not gonna
was,
lie.
he was, but I mean, he hasn't started his whole career, so it's like
No, but I
if
mean
two
the
guys
Yankees
drop
have
out,
play home starting on opening day, so who cares at this point?
fuck the Yankees. But anyway,
Um,
that's just basically what I was thinking. The Giants have a good rotation, but there's also like the age and the injuries scare me.
yeah. In second place and claiming the 5th seed, I have the Diamondbacks. I think they're pretty sick. I mean, you got a rotation of Corbin Burns, dog,
Mm-hmm.
Zach Gallen, dog, Ryan Nelson, Brendan Fat. It's not how you say it, it's like Pafat. And then they got a Kelly too, I think. What fucking Kelly do they have? Merrill
Kelly.
Kelly, I think?
I
Yeah,
think you're right.
it's
Yeah,
Merrill
Merrill
Kelly.
Carrot.
And then you look at the lineup, they got Bo Naylor, or not Bo Naylor, they got Josh Naylor, Ketel Marte. You're looking at Corbin Carroll still, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I think Grichuk signed a deal to platoon there. Alec Thomas is still pretty sick. Eugenio Suarez is playing third base. He's good for 30 home runs. I think they're going to be a really fun team. I think they're going to surprise more people than expected. Um, yeah.
Gordon Montgomery too. He
He's
could
going to
come
the
back.
bullpen though. He's pretty shit.
I mean, he
But
could be
the Mets
pretty
like rotate
defensive.
or like bullpen pieces, so maybe Jordan Montgomery's a fit there, like I said earlier.
Yeah, yeah. I think I have them in the exact same spot for the exact same reasons. I think they're fun. They got an MVP candidate and slowly becoming one of my favorite players to watch in the league. Ketel Marte, he's a fucking dog. Naylor's a fucking dog, and I'm so glad he's off of the Guardians. I don't know. I think they've just upgraded over the last offseason, and I think they were good before. So I'm excited to see them make the playoffs. I have them also making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just sneaking in, though.
I have them above the Mets.
I
Just because I
have
think they're a
them.
more well-rounded team. And then
Yeah.
first place, I don't know if you have this team in first place, claiming the number 1 seed. It's
Yeah.
the Los Angeles Dodgers, also known as Team Japan.
I mean, do we
Do
have
we
to
really need to even
explain this?
explain it?
It's, yeah,
They added after winning
an
the World
all-star
Series.
team.
They became an even better team. Snell,
Yeah.
Sasaki, Scott. That's it. That's all there's there. They added 2 Cy Young candidates and a reliever of the year candidate.
Roki Sasaki. I mean, could easily be.
So yeah, NL playoff teams. I have Braves, Phillies, Mets, Cubs, Dodgers, Diamondbacks. I think we have all the same teams.
I think we do, yes. Just the last two are flip-flopped.
Yeah. So in the wild card, my
Yes.
4th versus 5th seed matchup is the Blue Jays versus the Yankees. I have the Blue Jays winning in 3 games. My 3 versus 6 is the Mariners versus the Royals, and I have the Mariners winning in 2 games. On the National League side, the Phillies and the Diamondbacks are the 4-5. I have the Phillies winning in 2. And then the Mets and Cubs are the 3 and the 6, and I have the Mets winning in 3.
Okay. Well, fuck, I wish I numbered these now. I got the Tigers versus Baltimore and the the first one is Texas versus the Blue Jays. And Texas beats the Blue Jays.
So Texas comes in as the 3 seed?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And then the Tigers versus Baltimore, and I have the Tigers beating Baltimore. Okay. I got the Royals.
No, NL side.
First.
National League side.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought you the
I went through
wild
all the wild
card.
cards.
Okay. I have the Cubs versus the D-backs. I have the D-backs winning. Because the Cubs are the 3 seed, yes. That is correct. Mets versus Braves. I have the Braves winning that. And then, yeah. That's the wild card.
In the LDSs, I have the Red Sox versus the Blue Jays. I have the Red Sox winning that in 4 games. I have the Mariners versus the Guardians, and I actually switched this as I was hyping up this team. I have the Mariners winning in 5 games. Then in the National League side, I have the Dodgers versus the Phillies. I have the Dodgers winning that in 5. And then I got the Mets versus the Braves. I got the Braves winning in 4.
I didn't put the number of games, but I have the Royals versus Texas. I have Texas probably winning in 6.
Not
or
6.
5. Sorry, 5. 5. I meant I'm going to 5. And then the Red Sox versus the Tigers, and I have the Red Sox winning probably in 4.
National League.
And then the National League, it would be the D-backs versus the Phillies. I have the Phillies winning. And then the Braves versus the Dodgers. I have the Braves winning.
I think we're going to end up with the same World Series winner based off of comments earlier. Going into the LCS, I have the Red Sox versus the Mariners. I got the Mariners in 7. I don't know. I guess, yeah. Let's go Mariners. They're going to make the World Series. And then on the National League side, I have the Dodgers versus Braves, and I have the Braves in 7. Both series go 7 games, 2 game 7s. Tell me you aren't entertained. I know you're entertained. So, yeah, that leaves me with a World Series of Atlanta versus Seattle.
I have the Red Sox versus Texas, and I have Texas making the World Series. This is all just for fun. I think if they stay healthy, I really like their roster. And then NL, I have the Braves beating the Rangers. Oh, sorry. I had the Braves versus the Dodgers. My documents fucked up. And the Braves beat the Dodgers in 7 games.
In the World Series.
Yes.
Seattle versus Atlanta. Does Seattle win their first ever World Series? No. Atlanta wins in 6 games.
I have Atlanta beating the Rangers, and this is the only series I said in how many games, and I had the Braves beating the Rangers in 6 games.
So we both have the Braves in 6?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
I have no idea. I just think the Braves are just a whole nother level of team in the playoffs when they're healthy. Like when they won the chip that one year, it was just
21.
electric. Yeah, 21 is so electric, and they got some dogs. And I think a lot of guys are going to bounce back, like heavily. Like Olsen's going to have a bounce back year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully, this is all dependent on one player, and we all know who that is.
Yeah, I mean, Sean Murphy.
Yeah, Sean Murphy, he stepped back up. You know, I don't know. I think they're dogs. They're built for the postseason.
And then to end this, we have MVP, Rookie of the Year, and Cy Young. I'm just going to rip through both my MVPs. The American League side, I have Julio Rodriguez. Kind of foreshadowed it before that I think he just steps up and goes off. Leads the Mariners to the World Series. He gets MVP. The National League side, I have Juan Soto. I didn't
I
want to go with
wanted to say
favorites. Like, I didn't want to pick the obvious favorites, so I went with
no.
some fun ones here.
I had AL's Bobby Witt for me. I think he's just shown nothing but progression. And I think, like I said, he's gonna carry the Royal, not carry them because they have like a decent squad, but like I said, I think they're gonna win that division on the back of an MVP year, which is gonna be hard with Judge being in the same division. But
Mm-hmm.
no, I think it could happen. I was gonna say NL was harder for me, but I am gonna go with Otani. He's pitching again, and he's just Otani. I mean, it's
See,
hard to
Ohtani was a
bet
boring
against
pick,
him.
so I like went
Yeah,
elsewhere.
it is boring. So I'm glad you went good cop and I went
Um,
bad cop.
in the Cy Young, in the American League, I have Garrett Crochet. I think he's gonna be nails this year.
I
So yeah,
agree.
Crochet wins the AL Cy Young. In the National League side, I have Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Wow.
I think he's the best pitcher on that rotation.
He better prove
Is
it.
how I say it. He is the highest paid pitcher in MLB right now, by the way.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, I think we saw it at the end of last year. I think the stuff is just better. And I
Yeah.
like him, man. I think there's no pressure for him to be the number one guy in LA. I think he's going to be the Cy Young winner.
No, I hope you're wrong. And I hope I'm right. I got
Oh, that's mean.
Scooball. I got Scooball. I mean, I think he's just like he was unhittable. He was on a different planet last
Yeah.
year. And I think it's gonna be more of that. If not even better, he's still so young and I don't know. He
Yeah.
better lead that rotation and set records because they need him to step up. There's a lot of pressure on him this year.
Yeah.
Um,
I just wanted to make my award winners different. Um,
yeah, no, you
so
can make them different and keep dissing my bland ass picks.
I am
I got
boring, man, basic bitch.
I got Zach Wheeler winning the NL.
His first one. I like it.
Yeah,
It was
he's a
him
dog.
or Yamamoto or Skeens, but I thought Skeens was a boring
Right.
pick.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
even though like I
everyone.
guess a second year guy being nailed
It would
isn't.
be cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought everyone else was gonna pick him. I want to go different. Um,
Zach Wheeler's different. He's definitely in
mhm.
everyone's top three, but he's
Oh
just so
yeah,
good.
rookie of the year. This
Yes.
one, I mean, the National League one. I'm just gonna spit out right away. It's Roki Sasaki, in my opinion. I really, first of all, don't know who else there is. Um, I think Roki Sasaki fucking dog walks his way through. Even if he sits at like a 3.4 ERA, which I think
Yeah.
is very high for him to begin with. I think he'll be sick. And then on the American League side, I have Jacob Wilson, the third baseman of the A's. I had Max Muncy, the second baseman of the A's. And then I also had Christian Campbell in there too. I like Jacob Wilson a little bit more. And I don't think Roman Anthony is going to get enough opportunity this year with Boston to get into the Rookie of the Year talk. So Jacob Wilson, Rookie of the Year winner.
Okay, this one I had to research because like rookie of the year's tough kind of these days because there's no like standout. I mean, Sasaki's clearly the favorite, so I didn't want to be boring. I Dylan Cruz, he plays for the Nationals.
Yeah, Cruz is
Um,
sick.
he's penciled in. He's gonna get lots of playing
Is
time.
he still in for Rookie of the Year this year?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought he
yes, he
lost rookie
is.
status because he played last year, so I wasn't too sure.
But yeah, no, I think he's gonna get. I think it goes back to what you were saying about whoever it was. He's gonna get tons of playing time, like tons. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, playing time equals votes for me, and he looks like a dog.
Yeah.
And then Arelvis Martinez is a very biased pick, but
Boo.
give me 20 home runs, and
Yeah.
you'll be
I
in that middle
almost
of the lineup.
threw
We talked about the foreshadowing last podcast.
yeah. I almost threw Will Wagner, Alan Roden in as Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, had to.
Yeah. Awesome. those are the season predictions. Let us know. Give us your World Series winner. Give us your playoff teams. Give us your everything. Yeah, we'll see you in the next podcast, which is previewing the first series of the season against the Orioles.
Woohoo.
Let's go. Bash the Orioles right away. Let's go, baby. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Bye.